Hello! Hello, everyone. Hello. It is... wow, excuse me. It is I, Almantas, former professor, current VTuber, old man who loves old things. My camera's a little bit misaligned, but there we go. I think that should be good now. How is everyone doing? It is Monday. It is the Monday of our most beloved Halloween week, that is to say, Saturnalia. And I have not finished all of my Christmas shopping because I am a goober. Admittedly, that is not really true. I finished all of the shopping. It's just that I'm going to be baking some things for the people that I am seeing in person. So I will be doing some of that. I'll be doing some of that. I don't think I'm giving any people in person any Christmas calligraphy. I don't think any of the people that I'm seeing in person are getting a Christmas calligraphy. I have done so many times, and so the limited list of people whomst I am seeing in person, I don't have a lot of things that are particularly worth giving to them, right? I don't have a lot of things that they would particularly make a difference in their lives, so I'm not going to, right? It feels bad to give people gifts that they don't have a lot of use for, so I'm not gonna. That's what I got for you, folks. If you don't want it, you don't get it. Hold on a second here. I think I figured out something. Hi, I'm improving my stream live on the air. Yeah. Nope, that didn't work. Sorry, I'm just noticing a problem that I had as a... Oh, there we go. And there we go. There we go. I think I got what I wanted out of this. I think we are good. I think I have made an improvement. And there we go. That's something you guys don't need to care about at all. I just changed my panels on the back end. But yes. I do not know how many of you celebrate Christmas. The way that Christmas operates is that I don't know, it's everyone's holiday, right? Regardless of your religious beliefs, unfortunately, for better or for worse. And I think that Jacob Geller correctly pointed out that Christmas is actually not a secular holiday, right? Like that it may be a not particularly Christian feeling holiday, but is still ultimately a Christian holiday. And he is right to point out that if he went around saying that Hanukkah is not a Jewish holiday, people would look like he was insane. So, you know. So, what do I even have to say about the Christmasing, the Christmasing? I actually don't have a lot to say about Christmas. I think my most interesting thing to say about Christmas, and actually let's put on the hat. I am actually something of a non-festive guy. Is that my closest thing to an interesting thing to say about Christmas? Can I line up my head correctly? There we go. Is I find it really hard to buy people presents. Genuinely, I really struggle with this. And I remember a conversation I had a long time ago that Christmas is it's the objects, right? It's the object element of it. I think I am fairly good at telling out. I am fairly good at telling when people. How to make people happy, I think. I think I'm fairly good at telling how to make other people happy. I am very bad at connecting physical objects to happiness, even for myself, right? I, like, you know, if somebody buys me a book, right, that feels like one of those presents that should be a really easy one to get for me. I don't know how to judge a book until I've read it, right? Like, I don't know how to feel about a book until I've read it. I've read quite a few books that I was really excited about before I read them, and then once I finished them, I was just, like, not really that impressed. And, like, if somebody else had bought me one of those books, for example, Comanche Empire was a good one, was a good example of this. Inferior was the really big example. I was really excited about Inferior, and then I read Inferior, and I was like, this was dumb. This was actually an extraordinarily disappointing book. Inferior was very disappointing to me. Oh god, imagine if somebody else had bought me Wolf Hall. Oh my goodness. I am House of Leaves. I think House of Leaves is okay. If you want to buy me books that, like, I think would make me happy almost every time I got a copy of them, The Vegetarian, by Han Kang. Invisible Cities would be, it would be hard for me to feel bad about that one. I actually don't know crap about Saturnalia. Saturnalia is the Roman holiday that corresponds calendrically to Christmas, right? It is also, people have often made, like, way too big of a fuss about how certain Saturnalia traditions have been adopted into Christian Christmas. I think they're making too big of a fuss about it. The big thing is just that they're on the same day. That's more or less the same day. That's, like, the big thing. It's calendrically they are the same holiday because they're both winter solstice, right? They're both winter solstice. It's noir. It's noir. Yeah, I do love Vegetarian. It's Nyanomancer. Nyanomancer, what the fuck does that mean? Explain yourself, Nyanomancer, before I ban you. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yes, good. See, Nyano knows more. Yeah, Nyano knows more. One of those things that is kind of a fun, not a fun thing, but kind of mildly interesting thing about my relationship with the classics is that I am really interested in classic. I'm really interested in ancient history from, like, an economic perspective. I'm really interested in economic and social history. I'm really just not that interested in religion. I just really am not. I'm just really not interested in religion. And so it's actually pretty easy to know more about a mythology than me. It's just not that hard. I know, like, a little bit about ancient religions, like a little bit though. It's definitely like a fifth priority to me. Yeah, and see, the philosophical perspective is one of the least interesting. One of the least interesting ones to me. Hello, Nate. Noir. May I relay your big announcement? Okay, Noir's big announcement. Nora's big announcement is actually not a good one, unfortunately. Nora's big announcement is that she just had a fire. She just had a fire, and this was like yesterday. And so there's probably going to have to be some organizing to try to get her some resources. You know, clothes, for example. Possibly new electronics, we don't know. I saw the pictures, and I can tell you very bad. I can tell you very bad. And so we will probably be trying to do some things to try to... I know she's planning on hosting her own fundraiser. We haven't coordinated stuff, like if other people should do so, or if we should just be feeding into her fundraiser. But... because this is all very new. This is all very new. But, you know, it's... very... The damage is extensive. The damage is very extensive. I will say that. The damage is very, very extensive. And so... and just right after she got her model out. Just right after she got her model... Oh, we've got a raid right while I was making a somewhat somber moment here. Aspen Drakaina Is he? Hello, Aspen. How was house flipper? How was the house flipping? How was the house flipping? For the Raiders, hello. My name is Almantas VT. I'm a former professor of sociology, a current VTuber, an old man who loves old things. I mostly do calligraphy, which is what we will be doing on here later after we do some chatting and some catching up, and I will probably do my dailies. I haven't done my dailies in a while, which is really undermining the concept of them being dailies, but I find them to be interesting. Yes, I may as well, yes, the Aspen's well aware of the Discord. The thing to be said about so the somber moment, I'll just relay it very quickly. My friend RG Noir, I'll give her a little quick shout out again, just had a very major house fire. And so this was literally yesterday. We have not really she has a lot of friends in the VTubing community, and we'll probably have to organize something to try to help get her back on her feet. But this was a serious blow, and hopefully we will be able to make her whole and get her back to streaming and safe and sound sooner rather than later, right? So at the very least, I don't know when she'll be streaming next because, yeah, there was not I do not think anybody was physically harmed. A lot of property was harmed, but I don't think any living beings were harmed. I don't think any living beings were harmed. But yes, that is something that will be a little bit coming down the pipeline. That is a thing that will be coming down the pipeline. We should coordinate. It is a little bit of a shame / challenge that several of the people that would probably be the best to be involved in planning any coordinated effort are abroad. So this is probably going to be a little bit more challenging. It is really occurring to me that there's a specific person who I'd be like, oh, this person will organize everything and they'll give me marching orders and I'll just figure it out. And they are absolutely in no position to do that right now. Not for bad reasons. They're just traveling. They're just living out of a suitcase right now because they're on travel for a long time. So yes, but Aspen, yeah, he's in bird jail. He's in bird jail. Aspen, I hope that I'm glad House Flipper was good. I have never played House Flipper. I have watched another psychologist play it. Interestingly, I've watched Sidere play it, and the most recent Veilfisk video was was about that. Was in House Flipper. I believe it was in House Flipper. Or is it in Cleanup Simulator or something like that? Yes, I was Iloretzi. I was a professor of sociology. I taught sociology to college students, and sometimes very rarely anthropology, which I probably shouldn't have been allowed to do. So let me get in the hellos. Hello, Almantas VT. Hello, Seriabot. Hello, Amdis. Hello, Almant OS. Hello, Itsy Bitsy Bones. Hello, Scaldy. Hello, Iloretzi. Hello, Ulysses. Hello, Arjun Noir. Hello, Nyanomancer. Hello, Vovern. Hello, Aspen Dorakaina. And of course, hello to all of the lurkers and the VOD watchers. I hope that you are all having a lovely time. Nyanomancer has been developing memory issues. Please be kind to the cats. Please be kind to the cats. Nyanomancer. I keep on forgetting you've been playing Dokapon Kingdom without me. You have so many opportunities to torture me, and you do not take them. But yes. And you'll do it again. But yes, that is where we're at. That is where we're at. That is where we're at. You know what? Let's take a quick look. I'm just gonna test something out here. Doing a little bit of quick back-end stuff. Okay. And... let's do some dailies. Let's do some dailies. He's backing it up. We're doing some dailies. We're doing some dailies today, right? Let's make that a little bit bigger, so it's less obvious that I have fan art of myself. Hello, Swonovo. Hello, Swonovo. Yep, I do look like Santa Claus. Again, an amusing thing for a guy who is not... what packing? What are you packing for, Nano? What are you packing for? Oh, wait, no, I know what you're packing for. What am I talking about? I know what you're packing for. I was like... I'm going on a trip with you, but I'm not packing for, like, weeks. Actually, I probably could start packing today, because I just... Some of my stuff I could probably start packing today. The jolly fella. The jewelly fella. The jolly fella. It's true. You do. And I only care about one of them. That's all good. I mean, I put on the hat for a reason. Two of them. One of this is a business trip. Troop is not a good word. I was going to do troop, but that's actually not a good word. Especially because I already know that P is not in there. And you will regret it. Canoe? That's actually a good one. Canoe. Let's try... Nope. Contra doesn't work. I like dogs better. My starting word is usually crave. I like dogs better. I've worked with animals a lot. I actually have a lot of time spent around animals. What I found... I have found that most animals, it's more about the individual animal than it is about... Let's go with conch. Conch, there we go. Okay. We've got a raid. We've got another raid with Strawberry Stardust. How are you doing, Barry? How are you doing? I'm just making sure that I'm spelling your name exactly correctly. Stardust. What were you up to? You were doing art. What art were you doing? What art were you working on? Would you like to share it? Would you like to share it with me? My DMs are open on Discord, not on Twitter, because they're stupid. But if you would like to share art, I would happily take an art. But yes, welcome in Raiders. My name is Almantas. I am a former professor of sociology, a current VTuber, an old man who loves old things. I am... You don't need to upsell the Discord server so much. The people will find it if they want it. I am a former professor of sociology, current VTuber. You'd love to. Pretty weapon for your VTuber. Enter. Excellent. Also, hello, Panda Hero Roo. This would be kind of fun that I haven't had a weapon. I know that's such like a VTuber thing to have like a weapon that you're associated with. And so far I haven't been associated with any, and I haven't had a weapon as a prop. So I don't know. I find that kind of amusing. But yes. Let me just... I've got my Discord DMs open. I am waiting for you. There's a Kansas City, Kansas. It's just not as big as Kansas City, Missouri. There's two Kansas Cities. It's very goofy. It's very, very goofy. This is a silly country. This is a silly country. That feels weird to use Inkwell. Oh, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I mean, that's like the thing. Is like a lot of the things that people tell me I shouldn't be worrying about. I'm like, yeah, but it's fun to think about, right? Like, you are not saving me a problem. You are discouraging me from playing around. Oh, that's weird, Panda Hero. That is weird. I like Kansas City. It's not my favorite city in the United States, but I do like Kansas City. It does have a good barbecue tradition. I do think the Kansas City barbecue tradition is probably my second favorite barbecue tradition. Oh, may I show this? May I show this? May I show this on screen? So we can do a little bit of an art tax here. All right. Yeah. This is let's make sure that's showed on screen. Yeah, this is what Strawberry was working on. The Excaliberry. That's cute. That is very cute. The Excaliberry is very cute, Strawberry. Thank you for sharing this with me. Thank you for sharing this with me. I like this quite a bit. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Hello, Melkor. Hello, Melkor. Hello, Melkor. Good sword. Yeah, Nyanomancer loves a big sword, and particularly loves a lady with a big sword. So, you know, enjoy. It's Nyano. It's something you say out loud all the time. Super fun to doodle. Yeah, no, it looks lovely. It looks lovely, and thank you for sharing, and thank you for sharing your community with me. If you need to raid and run, please feel free to do so. Please feel free to do so. I just realized that my chat horizontal is too high. There we go. There we go. That looks better now. But yes, if you need to raid and run, please feel free to do so. I know that I tend to raid out when I am tired and cold and hungry. I also tired and cold and hungry, which is not accurate. But yes, we are working on dailies right now. I'm going to get to calligraphy in a little bit, but I haven't done dailies in a minute. I have been going through old VODs, right? I've been uploading VODs on my YouTube, or rather, I should say technically, I've been publishing them on the YouTube, right? I've been publishing them on my YouTube, and so I'm at about a year ago on it. We are caught up to almost a year ago. They are being published faster than I'm making new ones, so we will be caught up to real-time VOD uploads at some point. At some point it's going to happen. But it's not happening very fast. It's not happening very fast. I am uploading one is getting published per day. And so I've been looking at, you'll be listening, getting some cleaning done before eat. That is perfect. That is perfect. If somebody can enjoy some cleaning before they get some rest and feel nice and relaxed, that is perfect. That is perfect. Yeah, I don't particularly like it. The biggest problem was getting a system. I now have like a system. I can now do it like pretty systematically, and that was the biggest problem, was like doing it kind of ad hoc was really draining, but doing it kind of systematically makes it pretty easy for me. So I am working on it. We are getting through. But yeah, looking at the ones from about a year ago has, reminded me of some really good stuff that I haven't revisited in a while. A lot of things that I hadn't really thought about in a while. And the one of them was, doing these dailies, and I like doing the dailies. Connections I hate. Connections I think is dog water. This one's crap, but we're gonna do it. We're going to do it. Rush, surge, wave. Oh yeah. I have a couple of. I usually say Missouri, but sometimes I like to say it Missouri. You know, it's. Manhattan. I've never heard any alternatives to Manhattan. Manhattan. I've never heard any of those. Manhattan is all I've ever heard. Some people insist on saying the city, and I'm like, I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one, Chief. It seems to be like an older versus younger thing, and like that's oddly one of those cases where like that's like too old for me. I have no idea what the heck is happening here. I might just give up on this one because I'm like annoyed. Crash, rush, surge, wave. Let's try that. Influx. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, rash is sometimes used to me. Like rash is, I was thinking that rash should be something else, and that rash and rush. Coming later, future, see ya. Maybe? I don't think so. I don't think so. These are things that people say in movies to announce like upcoming movies. I think they're assholes, is what I think they are. Okay. That's what I think they are. That's my main thought. Browbeat, to browse. Later, greeting, playing, following. Membership, business, future. Following? Nothing. Oh, I've tried Octortle. It's a little bit overly complicated for me, and I kind of like the word gamey ones less than the more kind of like trivia ones, I guess. And the more mathematical ones. I like my favorite ones are like Flagdoku and Redactyl and Tradle. Tradle is the next one on the list, and I'm pretty excited for that. I'm just gonna throw some spaghetti at the wall and just see what happens, because I'm not convinced that this means anything. Pins, whatever. I don't think it's made any. Subsequent, I tried that one, you little bastards. Kinds of cards. This is stupid. See, this is why I think this is just a bad puzzle. Colors minus the last letter. This is just a bad puzzle. These people should not be allowed to make puzzles. They are not clever. They are the people that Drill is making fun of. I should stop playing Connections. Samantle's hard. Samantle's really hard for me. Again, I'm not much of a words guy. Which is very funny. I find like words puzzles very obnoxious. It's very funny, like, me and Lowen, like, I've had this conversation, like, me and Lowen approach everything from, like, exact opposite angles. We should dismantle the New York Times. We should. Jazzahol, you're so real for that. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, the problem, Nanomancer, is that as a writer and as a calligrapher, the way that the way that Wordle and Octordle and Semantle work is a disrespect for words as an art form. They are not. This is like a person saying that they like women, and what they mean is they like disambiguated body parts of women, right? This is it's like, it's grotesque. It is a grotesquerie. It is a mockery of wordsmithery and of the craft of writing and of the art of being invested in the written and spoken word. Okay. Here we've got some shit. Animal products, we've got fish, so we are not a landlocked country. Passenger and cargo ships, we are dealing with a $917 million of exports. No way, Iloretsi. No way is this Denmark. There's no way that Denmark has under $1 billion of exports. There's no way. There's just no way. No, you're good. I'm not being mad at you. I'm not mad at you, Iloretsi. No, I'm not mad at you. I apologize if that came across that way. No. But no, Denmark has a way more diversified economy. Sorry. I got a little bit too friendly there. Vegetable products, cucumbers, soybeans, and cut flowers. $15,000 of cucumbers. That is nothing. This is a highly non-diversified economy. Saku Konpaku, thank you for the follow. No, Panama's got bananas. Panama's gonna have banana. No, 917 million is so tiny. Seychelles actually might be it. I think we're looking at a very small country. I think that we're looking at something like a Vanuatu, a Tuvalu kind of country, right? And, well, here's the thing, Iloretsi, is that when you see this, there are only 3 countries that actually, like, finish ships, right? And they are China, South Korea, and Japan, right? Basically, nobody else is producing finished, completed ships as a major business. If you see a country that is doing this kind of thing, what they're doing is they're repurposing ships. This is like individual rich guys selling their ships. The Finnish don't have major shipyards. Okay, sorry, Nanomancer, you got me. I got one guy there. You've been hanging out with Kari, haven't you? That's what's happening. But I'm going to try Palau. Saku is here as of a few seconds ago. Palau, okay, we are 4,000 miles too far west with Palau. Not miles, kilometers. We are 4 megameters west with Palau. We need to go 4 megameters. It's not Seychelles. It's not going to be Seychelles. Seychelles would be west of Palau, not east. Seychelles would be west. So let's think about this. Palau. Am I going crazy? Am I going to have to? Yeah. Let's think. Micronesia is an option. I'm going to try Tuvalu because I have a better sense of where Tuvalu is than Micronesia. Okay. It might be Micronesia. Let's try Micronesia. Nope, it's not Micronesia. East of Micronesia, north of Tuvalu, Kiribati? No, northwest of Kiribati. What the hell is northwest of Kiribati? Micronesia is not Palau. Oceania is so hard for me. Oceania is so hard for me. Guam's not an independent country. It needs to be independent. So it's we're northwest of Kiribati. What the heck is northwest of Kiribati? Noru is all I can think of. I think it's got to be Noru. It's not Noru? What the heck is North? What the heck? Are the Marshalls independent? They are independent. Marshall Islands. We got it. We got it. It was Marshalls. I didn't think the Marshall Islands... I feel dumb. I feel dumb. My World War II history betrayed me. I thought Marshall Islands were not independent. It's the Seychelles. It's not the Seychelles. Stop trying to make it the Seychelles. The Seychelles are off the... Guam's still not independent. Seychelles are off of the African coast. What the heck is this? You know, like Outer Heaven Real? Is that Dr. Congo? This is not Congo. This is what is this? What is this? I can't believe they added a gambling mechanic to Worldle. What the heck? That's not Lithuania. Could it be Latvia? I don't think it's Latvia. I think this is Balkans. It's clearly the Big Island. It's not the Big Island of Hawaii. It's not the Big Island of Hawaii. Worldle is a bastard because Worldle does not require independence. Worldle will sometimes throw you sub-independence things, usually states of France. Usually they'll throw you like... actually, sorry, French overseas territories. They'll sometimes throw you French overseas territories. It's a real bastard. I'm going to go with Christmas Island. No. Not even close. Not even close. Not even close with Christmas Island. 12,000 kilometers, 12 megameters from Christmas Island. Is that enough to get us into Europe? Greenland is a Danish territory. It's extremely a Danish territory. It's extremely a part of Denmark. I'm gonna try Latvia. That doesn't sound right to me. Okay. It's not Latvia. Is it Belarus? That was literally my first thought, and I don't think that's right. No, it's not Belarus. Oh! No? Oh. Duh, Andorra. Should have known. Resident _evil for LEON. Thank you for the follow. Let's go to the next round. Can you guess the neighbors of Andorra? Sure. Isn't it Andorra? Okay, sure. Giving myself a headache. It's got to be this one, right? Yeah, Andorra. Andorra is such a funny little guy. Andorra has something insane. There's something that's insane in Andorra. Like, there's like... Andorra had some completely insane combinations. It is absolutely a monarchy. between Spain and France. We already answered that one. by the Bishop of Urgel and the head of state of... I didn't know this. I did not know this. France, I did not know that. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. The fact that you include the Andorran flag in this image did make it a little bit easier. Can you guess what the above landmark in Andorra is called? I have absolutely no idea. However, we can take some guesses here, right? For example, it's... Oh, it could be a bridge. That's pretty crazy that they kept doing that after the French Revolution. It's not the Palais des Congrès. Casa de Laval? Yeah, Casa de Laval. I'm going to guess that the emblem of Andorra is the one that's on their flag, and not the one that says the U.S. Virgin Islands on it. Or the one with the Nepalese flag. Czechia's rocks. That's a good one. That's a good one. Good for you, Czechia. I'm going to take a guess that it's Spanish and French. It's not Basque. Catalan. Okay, whatever. Catalan. Whoops. My name is Me llamo. I don't know anything in Catalan. I'm gonna go with MDick. Yeah. I forgot about Catalan. Yeah, I forgot about Catalan. What's the per capita GDP of Andorra? It's huge, right? Yeah, 45K. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. GDP comparison round has been skipped as Andorra does not have enough neighbors. That's really good. Oh. 80,000. Small. It's bigger than I thought. Euro, right? Yes, the euro. I'm gonna skip this one. I always skip this one. I hate this. I don't like this one. It's not less than 10 square kilometers, because that's real tiny. I'm gonna go with 11 to 50. Oh, over 200. Dang. Dang, I screwed up there. Flag Doku time. Flag Doku time. Yeah, no, Mansour, we're really impressed with your throat skills. Flag Doku time. Flag Doku time. Okay. Hey, okay, Red and Crown. Red and Crown is going to be Spain. It can have other colors. It can have other colors. It can have other colors. Andorra might be on here. Andorra might be a good guess for this one. Oh, fortunately, we don't have to do 2 bands and a crown. Which I think is just going to be Haiti. But Haiti's not in Europe. You think Vatican? That's a good choice. That's a good choice. So, Vatican, Spain, 2 bands, Poland. Let's do Poland and Lithuania. Poland, Lithuania, not a lot of other white and yellow ones. No green's a funny one, because that just, like, basically means, like, no Africa. Is fundamentally what that means. That's a big meaning there. There's no Africa. Anti-African discrimination here. Green. Let's start putting something here. Andorra. And Spain. And this is give me Indonesian Poland as well. I'm gonna use Indonesian Poland for these ones. 2 bands, white and yellow. I think I'm gonna put Vatican here. Okay, Vatican's the flag of the day. Vatican's the flag of the day. White and yellow. Other white, yellow flags. Other white, yellow flags. What are some other white and yellow flags? They allow us to use state still? They allow us to use states still. They do still allow us to use states, hell yeah. I feel like such a little asshole when I get to do that one. Crown and white and yellow. Maybe I should use the Vatican there. Maybe I should use the Vatican there. Might have to redo that one. White and yellow. We just saw this one on Worldle. Should you kill off the main character in the book you're currently working on? Arguably, they're not the main character if you do that. Doesn't count as a crown, you little bastards. 2 bands in white and yellow. I mean, I say go for it, right? It's easy to convince me to try to do insane stuff with your books. I like experimental fiction. I like experimental fiction. It's easy to persuade me to do weird experimental fiction. I was trying to figure out if there's an excuse to use the Seychelles flag, but it's got green in it. It's not green, it's not in Europe. I encourage experimental fiction, right? But, you know, you got to think about what else you're going to get done, right, with the rest of your story. No? Okay. It's your autobiography. Well, I recommend against that then, I suppose. I recommend against that. Although I also kind of recommend against autobiography in general. I don't know. I'm not impressed with most autobiographies. Unfortunately, I can't find any excuse to use it. I like to find excuses to use Ireland. I like to find excuses to use Jamaica. And I'm not finding one here. I am not finding one here. I'm very sad. I'm very, very sad about this. I'm very, very sad about this. We are going to get hit with the ads while I am still struggling with figuring out a white and yellow and 2-band flag. All right, we're going to go into the ads. I will be back in a minute. All right. We're back. We're back. Okay, let's see. Spain. Vatican's the flag of the day, so we'll leave that for there. Poland. Indonesia. I always love doing that. I love doing that. Europe without green is super easy. Although I was about to put in Ireland. Red and no green. Let's use a classic one. Europe and no green. I'm trying to come up with one that's funny. I almost put in Italy. I almost put in Italy right there. This one we did end. Wait, hold on. I was gonna put Andorra there, but I actually might be running low on options for flags with crowns on them that are in Europe. I'm trying to remember European flags that have crowns. What was the other white, yellow with no green on it? I was going to put in Cyprus, but that actually does have, in fact, have green on it. That one does, in fact, have green on it. That does, in fact, have green on it. What is a... I was like going for some kind of... I like taking the time to like think a little bit harder about this to do some goofier ones. I always like to... So I think Fiji should count for this, right? Fiji's got like the British crown on it, doesn't it? Fiji, Andorra. Europe without green. How many European countries have green? Let's just do Croatia. I like Croatia. I like the Croatian flag. White and yellow with no green. Oh, Bhutan. Bhutan's a great flag. I love the Bhutanese flag. I'm going to try to be doing these faster. I'm going to try to speed up a little bit here, because otherwise we're never, ever going to get around to doing the calligraphy tonight. Alright, that was a good one. Time Guesser. I love this one. Time Guesser. Time Guesser. I love Time Guesser. Okay. That's interesting. Polish and Chinese. Okay. Polish and Chinese. It's a shipyard, so that could be anywhere. It's a shipyard, so that could be anywhere. So I'm going to put Gdansk. And I'm going to put 1972. Well, they're Soviet uniforms. These are Eastern Bloc uniforms. Eastern Bloc countries stuck with these style of uniforms for a really long time. The Chinese makes me think that this is going to be It could be World War II. You are correct. But that'd be strange. But it's also not going to be World War II because the Polish really indicates against World War II, right? The Polish really interdicts against World War II. I think this is going to be... Oh, wait, no, the Polish and Chinese makes me think pre-Sino-Soviet split. Pre-Sino-Soviet split. 1955, but I was 19 kilometers off. So, pretty good. Soldiers from Poland's Border Protection Force sharing cigarettes on a quay in the port of Gdynia. Okay, okay. 11 years off is pretty bad, but 19 kilometers is pretty good. I'll take 19 kilometers. Treasure Island. This is one of those British-looking men I've ever seen in my life. No right turns. This is obviously not America. Again, more and more British indications. British detected. Yeah, they're very British. Treasure Island. Treasure Island's a 1950s movie, right? Yeah, let's go with 1950. And I don't know enough about British to, this is not 1934 film stock, though. This is not 1934 film stock. Or Cars, for that matter. I believe there's a 1950 film. I'm just gonna hedge. I think it's... This doesn't look very London-y to me. This just doesn't look London-y to me. Let's put it up in Leeds. 1975, and it was Manchester. That's brutal. That is brutal. That is brutal. Oh my goodness, under 5K. That sucks. Oh, okay. Okay, we've got this one down to a nicety, right? It's Joe and Lai, right? When did Joe and Lai die? Hi, Shark Ray. Hi, Shark Ray. Oh, brutal. They spelled Joe and Lai the weird way. They're south of Shanghai. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Nixon goes to China. Nixon goes to China. Good old Tricky Dick. Well, okay. That is the North Korean flag, but there's a lot of really good reasons to not think this is actually in North Korea. Big example being this right here. This is in China, right? This is in China. This is the PRC. This has got to be recent, right? Just looking at the film quality and the amount of... Just the film quality makes this look really, really recent to me. There's got to be the People's Republic. Let's go with Dalian. Let's just go with Dalian. Dalian and 2020? 2017. Dandong, yes! 268 kilometers off of pure vibes. Off of purely just wanting it to be in Dalian. Pure vibes on Dalian. I've never been to Dalian. I have never seen a picture of Dalian after 1905. Pure vibes. Pure vibes on that one. There we go. That one's propping up my score by a lot. Ocean Navigator. Huh. I don't know, I'm looking at here. This looks insanely American. This looks insanely American to me. But, like, this is all stuff that, like, doesn't need to be in America. Hawaii. That's the big island. I mean, he's an oceanographer, right? This is the biggest hint I've got, is that there's 3 different pictures of Hawaii on here. So I think this might be in Hawaii. I think this might be in Hawaii, and I think this might be on the big island. Right? Yeah, I feel like 2000, like it doesn't, this looks, 90s computers aren't usually this good. I would say, I'm gonna say 2001. I'm trying to figure out, so here's what I'm thinking about, right? Is that there's usually some sort of historic event that they're associated with. Is there an Indian Ocean tsunami? Was like 2003, 2004? There was a tsunami? I think it's 2004. It says Ocean Navigator. It says Ocean Navigator. I am assuming that he is dispatching calls. This, I'm also looking at this, and this looks like Earth. This looks like this looks like seismological data to me. This looks like seismological data. Oh, okay, I was 1 year off. I was 1 year off. I was thinking about the wrong thing. And, okay. 351 kilometers off. That's not too bad. 9,000 points. So I did terribly here. This is an awful one for me. This is awful. That was awful behavior from me. Usually I get over 40. This is a very rare under 40,000 for me. Very rare under 40,000 for me. Let's just do catfishing. That was total vibes. I should not have gotten that. That did not feel fair to me at all. 1981 compositions, Eurovision Song Contest, flamenco. I should not have gotten that. I actually had this discussion with my brother the other day about, like, what do I think about Riverdance? Like, what are my feelings about Riverdance? And my big feeling about Riverdance is that I think that's pretty good. 45K is pretty good. I think my biggest might have been 48, but I'm not sure. My big kind of feeling about Riverdance is that it's like a really sanitized Irish folk dance, right? It's like the folk dancing, but you took all of the folk out of it. I don't like it. It's too sanitized. Lord of the Dance is Riverdance, isn't it? Aren't they the same people? I don't know. Isn't Flatley the Lord of the Dance? Yeah. I just think it's too sanitized. I don't know. I feel like I like Irish folk dance, and then it's just like, it's like the boring version of it. 20th century African American people, 21st century African American people, 1913 deaths. Holy, community organizing, congressional gold medal. What's her name? Rosa Parks. Total confidence on this one. Hello, Chocolate. Hello, Chocolate. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Total confidence on that one. 1868, federal holidays, May observances, Monday observances. Is this Memorial Day? Well, it's not that it's folk music, right? Riverdance is not folk. It's not American. It's extremely Irish. It's just that it's like industrial. Is the issue? Like that was entirely ISS. Yeah, ISS. That was easy. Yep, Memorial Day. Memorial Day and ISS. Yeah, Memorial Day is very American. Because it's about the American Civil War. Yeah. Memorial Day is also really fun because people go around thanking veterans for Memorial Day, and veterans are like, but I'm not dead. Okay, now we've hit something that I really don't know. British cabinet makers. I have no idea. Can I skip? Oh, yeah, modern stuff. Yeah. I'm just saying it's... Yeah, Thomas Chippendale. There's no way I was going to get that. There's no way. There's no way I was going to get that. That one was tough. That one's really tough. And Dayan Volcanic Belt. Extreme points of Earth. What the hell? I don't know enough about... I don't know enough geography. I'm stumped. I don't know. Another skip. Yeah, Chimborazo. I've never... It's beautiful. As beautiful. Savage Dragoon _. Thank you for the follow. That's a beautiful photo of a beautiful mountain, but I got nothing for you, buddy. French inventions, mathematical puzzles, mechanical puzzles. Hold on. France invented something. L'Hôpital? Tower of Hanoi. Okay, I wasn't gonna get that. The Big Apple. Goofy. Yep, the Big Apple. Yeah, the Big Apple is a funny name because it's the reason why it's the Big Apple is because of horse racing. Because back in the day, back a long time ago, when horses were much more important in American culture, the big horse races were all inside New York City. So the Big Apple was winning all of the New York City horse races because horses like apples. Filipino cuisine, leaf vegetable, Malagasy root vegetable. Is it taro? Taro! Hell yeah! Hell yeah. Oh, they're not giving Japan credit for this one. That's interesting. They're giving Lebanon, but not Japan? I learned about taro from Japanese Iron Chef. That's the first time I heard of it. Oh, Discordianism. Okay, Robert Anton Wilson. I've read a lot of Robert Anton Wilson because I'm old. What is this one? I'm gonna stick on. I'm gonna stick on this one for a second. It's not Illuminatus. Hello, lesbian cat. It's not Illuminatus. It's not Illuminatus. It's not. What is it? Neologism. Placeholder words. Placeholder words. Placeholder words. Placeholder words. Fnord. It was in Illuminatus. It was in Illuminatus. Okay. It was in Illuminatus. Okay. I got that one. I got that one. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good performance. I'll take 70. I'll take a 70, a C minus. Hello, Blue. Hello, Blue. Yeah, we got a C minus here. We got a C minus on our, yeah, just, fully skipped a couple of these. Lorem Ipsum's not a bad guess for that one. Illuminati is, obviously, that's not what they did there, but that's not a bad one. God, I was never gonna get that one. Never heard of yeah, I've never heard of taro in Lebanese cuisine. I'm not gonna pretend I'm like an expert in Lebanese cuisine by any stretch of the imagination. But oh hey, that was actually the hardest one today. Whereas Tower of Hanoi completely murdered me. I don't think I've ever had taro. I was talking with Aiko about this recently. I've actually never had I have never in my life had millets. I've never had millet. Let's change the category over and let's put you away and turn you on. Oh, come on. Sorry, just a second here. Everything's just slightly harder when Apple is involved. See, I had been told that millet was pretty gross, was how it had been sold to me. The main thing I know about millet is that it was the crop of choice of China for a very long time. That's how I think of it. I know it's like pretty common in West African cuisine to the current day. But it was the crop of choice it was the staple crop of China for a long time. Mostly during the Neolithic, right? Whoa. Almost fell. Hello, Gamma Churchill. What do you mean, where have I been? I've been here the whole time. I still do Mondays. I do Monday streams at 10 p.m. I've been very consistent. I don't remember the last time I missed a Monday stream. I'm going to miss a ton in January. If you said this to me like March, Gamma, I'm doing the same stream schedule. I am sorry, that one's not on me. I mean, I'm happy to have you here, but don't act like I'm the one who's been missing. I've been very consistent. Back me up, chat. Like I've been consistent. let's see what we got here. Not very good consistency from me there. Not very good consistency from me there. But that's okay. We're on the scrap sheet. We're on the scrap sheet so far. So. Okay, let's take a look here. Yeah, that needs more ink. Hey, oh, thank you for making me small. Thank you for making me small. Let's get a little bit lower here, actually. Lower, a little bit more up-angled. And where is the ink? There's the ink. So the smished burger. The burger that has been smished. I swear to God, this ink is just infinitely deep. This ink bottle is just an infinite ink bottle. Drive me a little bit crazy. Why are so many people dying this month and none of them are Woody Allen? We were saying this for so long about Henry Kissinger, right? We were saying this for so long about Kissinger. Also, Roman Polanski. So here's something that's been throwing me, Gamma Churchill, that is like somewhat related, which is I genuinely do not know what the deal is with this, and if I'm being like gaslit or something. Like if somebody had like a really good Photoshop forgery of this. But one of the weirdest person I've seen in the Epstein stuff, the one that's like really like giving me a headache, is Fidel Castro. Yeah, right? Like there's a picture from Epstein's house of Fidel Castro and Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. I haven't seen anybody calling it a forgery, but I'm also only seeing it reported in like a few places. I mean, it's Fidel. Like it's not like young Fidel Castro. It's like ancient Fidel Castro, right? Like he's like, it is ancient Fidel Castro in that picture. And it's not just the three of them. There's two other men in it. But it's like yeah, we're willing to do everything to stop you, except like we're definitely not willing to stop you from doing this, right? Like you're not allowed to like live in any other way, but like this, you know, now that we know that you're into this, now that we know you're this kind of guy, that's chill. Oh, that's insane, yeah. Yeah, the trying to, like, gaslight the public into thinking that Trump and Epstein were not friends is ludicrous. That's ludicrous. Like, That's almost as dumb as when, like, Alan Dershowitz was trying to be like, oh yeah, like... I will be honest, Choklad, my assumption is actually much darker, which is just that, this is something that powerful men share in common. That's what I think. That's what I think, Choklad, is that, like, this is just something that powerful men share in common. And the more they get away with, the more they want to see what they can get away with. And say what you will, Castro was a powerful man. It was kind of, some of these have been kind of interesting, right? In that, like Chomsky is one that people are kind of losing their shit about, but it's like, we know about, I feel like the Chomsky one was like public knowledge for like years. Because Chomsky will answer any email. So like people have emailed Chomsky and been like, hey, what the hell's with you and Jeffrey Epstein? And he's like, oh yeah, I paid Jeffrey Epstein $100,000 for financial advice. It's like, that is not sane. That is not reasonable. I thought that was like no one, and then people got like really freaked out about it this week. I guess for a lot of people, like, confessions are less real than photographs. I mean, the thing is, Gamma Churchill, is that, like, very likely Donald Trump will get away with it, right? Even if he leaves office, we have demonstrated that he personally is above prosecution. His actions on January 6th were substantially more illegal. Right, like, than even that. Like, he committed, like, the big crime. Like, the big crime. And we just declined to prosecute him because of, like, hey, you know, bygones, and, you know. I don't know if it's been known for a while, but I do remember seeing, like people asking, like, not even this year. Like, I think, like, 2024 I knew, that, like, Chomskers was involved. Yep. I learned just the other day that Catherine Bathory was never even went to trial, which is interesting to me. Yep, Bathory didn't get yeah, Elizabeth. Yeah, not Catherine. Elizabeth. Yeah, she didn't go to trial. She didn't go to trial at all. Yep, no trial. It's actually kind of an interesting story. It's actually kind of interesting. So Elizabeth Bathory, for those of you who don't know, is like a pretty monstrous historical figure. The rumor that is almost certainly untrue is that she would bathe in the blood of virgins to retain her youth. She didn't. There's very little evidence that she did that. She did murder a lot of fucking people, though. She did murder, like, a lot of people. And, like, quite personally. Like, it was not, like, a... I don't mean just like as like a military adventure. I mean, she like murdered quite a bit, quite a few people. And so what happened was like eventually she was murdering like peasants, and that was something she could get away with. And then she murdered some like aristocratic women. And that's the sort of thing that actually gets the cops' attention, right? The proto-cops' attention was she murdered some like aristocratic daughters. And so she's definitely guilty. She definitely murdered those people. And she gets arrested, right? She gets arrested for these murders. And then she gets just held under house arrest until she dies. That's it. She was never tried. And what looks like happened, right? What looks like happened is that her own children conspired, right? That there was a conspiracy between her children and the judiciary to not have her tried. Okay? Because if she gets convicted of the crimes that she's being charged with, then that means that her estate becomes crownland. And so that means that her children won't be able to inherit it, and her children are aristocrats in substantial standing themselves. And so basically what happens is that she gets arrested and then just held under house arrest without trial for like 5 years, under the understanding that she is never allowed to walk free ever again. She is never allowed to go free ever again. But as long as she doesn't go to trial, then that means that her children will not countersue, right? That the children will not contest that she is under arrest. And so the king fucking hates this. But the actual judiciary, he's not in charge of the actual judiciary. So Bathory's children and the judiciary are all in a conspiracy to keep her under house arrest, but also keep her lands from being seized by the crown. Yeah, it is interesting. That is interesting, right? The other thing I found pretty interesting was that, was I spelled jumps wrong? Oops. The other thing I found pretty interesting about this, is that, like, why did she kill those people, right? Why did she kill all these girls? And there's traditional explanations that, like, she had, like, supernatural beliefs, and that's just not likely to be true. There's also explanations of just like being psychotic or like sexual sadism, but sexual sadism is certainly possible. But it looks like she was just like, her notions of how to punish people for minor transgressions was just ludicrous. It was just the way that she would punish servants for like minor mistakes was like red hot coins. It was primarily peasant women, and it was young girls. I shouldn't say young girls, teenagers. It was primarily teenage women. And what got her caught was that she murdered a bunch of she set up a like school and academy for aristocratic young ladies, and most of the girls who joined her academy died. That's what got her. Which is like, oh yeah, come to this school, and then she just killed like half of the students in like a month. As for how many she killed, at least 50, maybe as many as 300. Oh yeah. Extremely, yeah. High body count. Very high body count. Very bad D right there. Very bad D right there. Let's take a look here. I might actually run ads a little bit early because I need to use the bathroom really badly. Yeah, okay, let's take a look here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna run those ads a little bit early. I need to use the bathroom. We'll be back in a few moments. Thank you very much for your patience, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're back. And let's try this. Back. Yes, yeah, Nate's been here for a minute. Hello, Nate. Been quiet, juggling more documentary. Manga about Shakespeare. What does that mean, a manga about Shakespeare? I think probably check out my OnlyFans. Is probably the weirdest ones. So hello, Mamma Mia. Christmas Day is nothing. We're celebrating the day after Christmas. Day after Christmas, I will be with my family. I will be with my family. I will. I've got family who live nearby. And my family. I've got brothers and parents and nieces and nephews. And they will be in the general area, so I will be able to take time to see them. I'll take time to see them without having to disrupt my own streaming schedule too badly. Which is nice. Usually when if I want to see my nieces and nephews, it requires that I go. It requires that I pretty much like not stream around the same time. Bot is lying. Bot is lying. Wildly inaccurate. I assume when you say 7 Shakespeares, that's about 7 different, like, possible Shakespeares. Like alternate timelines of Shakespeare. So like accuracy feels kind of not the name of the game. Person named Lance. Oh no, are they doing like are they doing like Stratfordshire conspiracy? Ugh. I hate that crap. Folks, there's a whole bunch of conspiracy theorizing around, like, what if Shakespeare didn't actually write Shakespeare? Also, did I say hello to Momo? Hello, Momo. And the actual nature of these conspiracy theories is a bunch of snobby British people can't believe that the finest poetic author of their language is not an aristocrat. That's really all that is. That's really the substance of them, is just like, I refuse to believe that a middle class person made major contributions to letters. It's pretty pathetic. Yeah, they're going in the other direction. I don't know what that's about. I haven't read this particular work, so I don't know what their deal is. That's fair. That's fair. Thank you. Thank you for that, Nate. Thank you for that, Nate. I'm doing these S's okay sometimes, but not generally. So let's put in a couple of S drills. Let's just do a bunch of S's in a row before I get to doing anything else. See, that was a bad one right there. That was a bad one right there. Okay. This is the important part. Go up, curve, cross, down. I think it's probably smoother for me to go like this, then this, then this, then this. There we go. There we go. That's much better. That's much better. I'm just going to do an entire line of these, so I'll make it a little bit tighter. I might make some like actual specialized guideline paper. Rather than just using lined paper and then kind of like eyeballing the right ways to do it. Let's take a look here. Okay. Sorry. Need to move some windows around. Hello, Archibald. Hello, Archibald. Welcome in, Archibald. Uh, is it still LMNOP? Did they patch that? No, they did not. They did not. We still have vowels. Vowels have not been removed. Vowels remain S tier. I maintain a general stance that very few, if you are in a decent competitive game, there should basically be no S tiers. Hello, Rexy Raibu. Hello, Rexy Raibu. Welcome in. Welcome in. My Gothic S's, I've been doing different variations on them, and I think I've hit on a variation that I'm really happy with. And now I'm kind of just like flubbing it. I feel like my execution is poor today, if I'm honest, is just kind of what it is. Not quite sure what's going on with me. Just kind of lower precision than I'm used to having. Oh, that have few or no S tiers. Well, I mean, this was provoked because one of the top German players in Conquest, I should say one of the top world players in Conquest, published his tier list, and his tier list had every single faction as A or B. 0 S's and no C's as well. With a refuse to rank for Spires, which I'm assuming would be like C or D if he had ranked them, but Spires are due for a complete overhaul in the next couple of months, so I think he decided just to not rank them. And that might reflect his own peccadillos, right? You know, that might just be his like own personal like way of thinking about things. And again, like it depends a lot on like what you think tier rankings mean. This is more a philosophy of what you think a tier ranking is. So that's a very bad S right there. My own philosophy on this, my own understanding of this, is that an S rank means that not picking it is a mistake. Right? Like, it's not even like a down to like player preference or like player familiarity, or like might be better in other situations. It's like, no, this is just always the correct choice. And anytime you make another choice, you're a fool. Yeah, S usually means pick or ban. Yep. And I think most games don't actually have very many. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and like I don't know what would even be like an S tier on, say, Age of Empires 2, a game that I relatively know, even though I'm currently boycotting it, which is a frustrating position to put myself into. And so, like, like, I'm trying to think of, like, because I don't, like, play, like, League, right? I don't play League, I don't play, Hearthstone, I don't play any MOBAs right now. And the only comp game I've played recently at all was Rivals, and I don't think anything is, like, that strong in Rivals, maybe? Age of Empires is under boycott because it's under Xbox games, and all of Xbox games is under BDS. I'd be more annoyed if it wasn't for the fact that, like, it's only annoying because it means I'm not watching tournaments. It's like my one tournament game that I've ever been invested in. Yeah, these guys can just stop killing civilians, and then, like, I can watch my games again. That'd be nice. Please stop killing civilians. Please stop killing just people for no good fucking reason. Yeah. Yeah. That's also why I stopped playing Overwatch, after I got a bunch of people to download it. Well, this is because of Microsoft's active and happy participation in genocide, right? This is because Microsoft is doing some very active genociding. Yeah, the comedian thing was pretty embarrassing. Apparently, like, last year, the Saudis just kind of, like, quietly dropped the Wahhabi thing, which is really interesting. And it was really interesting that was, like, pretty underreported. Yeah, Adam Savage, that's a disappointment. That is a disappointment. Yeah, Adam Savage, that's a rough one. Hey, did anybody else see that what Nicki Minaj did this week? Yeah, she's doing Trump promotional stuff. Yeah. Yep. Yep, it's very surprising. I'm honestly mostly just, like, amused by this because, like, I don't think she's, like, a sincere believer at all. Like, she's just gonna get, like this is just, like, purely for money. It's like these are people who hate you so much. Yeah, I mean, she's just selling out, right? It's just straightforwardly selling out. You know, it's just very straightforwardly selling out. That's all that really is. That's really all that it is. Oh, I definitely, Rexy Raibu, I don't know why I was having trouble reading what you said there. But for some reason I thought you said, Gromsky. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? My favorite comedian, Gromsky. Oh yeah, I'm a big Dropout fan. Big Dropout fan. Dropout is how I learned about what Apex Legends was. Which I always thought was very funny. Was that? Oh, it's Mira. Okay, for a second I thought you were doing. You got a Melisande one. I was like, that's funny. That's funny to break out the Melisande. Yeah, because I was watching Escape from the Bloodkeep, and I was like, okay, Erika Ishii is like the funniest person. Erika Ishii is like the funniest person I've like ever seen. What else have they been in? And I looked up their credits, and they were in Apex, and so that's how I learned what Apex Legends was. Yeah, it rocks. The one where they did Kids on Bikes, is just like the way that they acted in that one when they are just losing their mind with horniness is so funny. Brendan Lee Mulligan is playing like the most pathetic, suffering child that the world has ever seen, and Erika just starts gnawing on their wand. Oh yeah, Erika, that was a really good one as well. Yep. Okay, and that's enough S's. Let's do some more D practice, right? Because we got a couple of options with how I can do D's. So it's like a relatively short D. Oh yeah, that's so good. That's so good. Lou Wilson and Brendan Lee Mulligan have such good chemistry. The thing that I go nuts with Zakoyama is that I think that Zakoyama... Why did I pronounce his name that way? Was it Zakoyama's... I think most of his characters that he plays are just kind of okay when he's in the RPGs. And then in the... what do we call that? The candy one, where he, instead of playing like a dexterity type character, he plays an intelligence character. He plays like a mean character, and it's like the funniest thing on the planet. He's so good. Zach is so good at being mean. He was amazing, and it was just like I've been craving that high ever since. I've been craving the high ever since. Yeah, no, he's so good at that. Yeah, no, he's phenomenal. I think Reika is actually one of my favorites. In no small part because Reika is responsible for Gods of Food, which is like my favorite thing. I love Gods of Food so much. I love Gods of Food. And I love Gods of Food. It's we've watched it on the Discord like twice. It's like legitimately one of my favorite TV shows. I am such a big fan of Gods of Food, and it's so deeply funny to me that I remember in particular watching Gods of Food, and somebody came in on the last episode. And he thought it was a real documentary. And it was specifically the last episode that he thought was a documentary. Because the third and fourth episodes can't be documentaries, because they're just doing sci-fi shit in the third and fourth episodes. But episodes 1, 2, 5, and 6 are like, you could believe are from like a real thing that happened. Maybe not 5. 5 is insane. But 3 and 4 you could never believe. 3 and 4 was just like, oh, this like doesn't even make sense. Like... Like, that's absolutely no way. You know, absolutely no way. Yeah, it's not one of the ones that like ever took off. I'm like, as far as I know, I am weird for being such a big fan of it, right? Like, as far as I know, I think I get considered kind of weird for being such a just like strong, like such like a partisan of it. Hello, Potato Cat. Hold on. We gotta shout out the nice potato lady. I did see those tweets, Potato Cat. I did see those tweets. Potato Cat, I do not know what you are getting treated for, but I am glad that this hospital experience is treating you much more kindly than your previous ones. I'm really glad for that. I'm really glad that you are getting some medical treatment and some respect while you're getting that treatment. Potato Cat, good singer, sexy lady. Very funny. I like her stuff. As she was about to say, she says, I meow. The closed caption's working good. 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 You don't know what's wrong with your stomach, but at least you can find out now. I found out what was wrong with my stomach earlier today, and it turns out that it was actually just I really am supposed to take some of my meds with with food. There's some of these meds I've been taking I really am supposed to be taking with food. I'd been like kind of going crazy, like, okay, yeah, actually, no, I just got late. I just like forgot about that. Because I almost never eat breakfast. My habit is like I wake up. I work out, I do some light exercise, I read, Inari, speaking of lovely ladies, it's the lovely Inari, yeah, Inari, in it potato lady, we got potato lady and Inari Reiju, two of my lovely ladies. Oh my god, it's my house. Okay, and oh, you're back from Okinawa. How was Okinawa? I've never been. I have never been to Okinawa. I think this is a better way of doing the Ds to make them like a little bit shorter. Nice apart from work and no sleep. Well, would you have gotten more sleep if you were home? There's a question. There's a thinker for you. And Ari's one of the few people I know who actually sleeps less than me. It's kind of scary. Yeah, you sleep less than me. That's scary. That scares me. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm usually like 3 to 5. With the occasional like 7 to 10. I'm not enjoying these teas. We're going to figure out something. We're going to figure out what the heck is going on with you, Inari, and it's going to be crazy. You're going to lose your mind. You are going to lose your freaking mind. Yeah, when we finally get you actually getting like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep on the regular. So you can sleep more? Yes, you do. You do, Inari. You do, Inari. You do, Inari. What is going on with these teas? What is going on with these teas? I don't like these. Stretch. I don't like any of these. I might need to go back to like reevaluate my exemplars. What is happening here? All right. That's one scrap sheet done. Yeah, I really do need to reevaluate those teas. They're no good. No bueno. Bad teas. Bad teas. Let's get in here. Not confident about my use tonight either. This one, I think making this hairlines a little bit bigger is a cool effect. And thank you for reading. And hey, there I actually did something I liked. I'll just leave it with that. Actually, no, hold on. This needs a... Oh! Utter near! Utter near! Utter near! Utter near. Let's give the shout out to Utter near. Utter near. What were you up to, Utter near? You were just chatting! What were we chatting about? What was Utter near chatting about? Utter near's a cool dude. Utter near's a cool rock dude. He's an engineer. He is an engineer. He's an engineer, and he's really good at taking a punch, and really fun to hang out with. Really fun to get drunk with. Really fun to get drunk with kind of guy. Who was that? Mega Rush P, welcome in, and Vital_ire. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Making the company tree. Yeah. The company tree. The kids ring? Huh. I do not understand. I do not understand. I do not understand. Let me just... I'm just looking for... You've come in at an auspicious time? You'll send it? Alright. I like to make a little thank you letter for all the people who raid me whenever I'm doing a calligraphy stream. 2 other people have raided so far, so I will have to get them in first, because I try to do it in order, you know, first come, first served. But you will appear on here in a moment, Mr. Near. You'll send it. You'll send it. Alright. Alright. Well, for the raiders, I apologize. I did not do the most important part of this. For the raiders, my name is Almantas VT. I am a former professor of sociology and a current VTuber. I'm an old man. I love old things, and I mostly do calligraphy. I think that is what I am known for on this here Twitch.tv. I think I'm known for calligraphy and for talking a lot about history, which is funny because, again, not a historian. By training. But I do enjoy history. I am enough of a sicko that I read, you know, academic history for fun. Which I'm sure that there are some academic historians who find that kind of frustrating because, you know, that means that they are being evaluated and perceived by members of the public and not by just their peers, right? Under a situation of their choosing, right? I'm a little bit hot all of a sudden. But yes. For the raiders, if you need to raid and run, please feel free to do so. And if you would like to stay here, then I am trying to keep it a nice, chill vibe. Tonight, on this Monday night, I tend to kind of like my stream to be a little bit of a nice place to relax for people who are getting off of work and are trying to just have a nice time at the start of their work week. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be a little bit of a sleep aid. But yes. Okay, give me a second. Let me get in there. Let me find my keyboard. Let's get up there. We're near. Oh, this is what you mean. This is what you mean. Let's figure out how to put this up on stream. That should be the right window grab. Okay, this is the Christmas tree that he was talking about. I see forklift. I see a forklift. This banana thing is cute. This is a cute artistic reference. This is a cute art reference. Uddernear's glasses. Uddernear's beloved glasses. A xylophone. I don't understand all of these. I don't know what's going on with this. There's some Pokemon stuff, and I don't know Pokemon. The Jolly Green Giant. I see. But yes, thank you very much, Utternear. Thank you for the art share. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for dropping off your folks. It's thoroughly unhinged. Hello, Razorblade Flamingo. I will have to believe you. A second. Sorry, my desk is making it hard for me to do things. There we go. There we go. Yes, I can see there was a cloud. Oh, I need to put it away. I thought I put it away. No, I put away my camera, and I put away my camera when I meant to put away the tree. It was a collaborative effort. Yes, it does look like a collaborative effort. It does have that tinge of it. From one tree to another. And then, oh, this name's very long. I'm gonna start all the way over here. How am I looking on camera? There I look good. There I look good. Stretch, roll the shoulders. I do like this capital S a lot. Okay, I think my D turned out pretty well here. Strawberry Stardust, and now my most recent raider, Uternir. I don't know why I keep on pronouncing his name like the Simpsons character. But I keep doing that, so I don't know. It amuses me. I don't know. It doesn't feel right, though. It doesn't feel right. sure I'm getting this right. Okay. Oh. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Oh, let me make sure that I get that right. Karemaki-chan, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. It's a pleasure to have you here. Whose spin is that? Karema. Okay, it's yours. It's yours. It is yours. Okay. But thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. And on that note, I think it is almost time for another ad break, and I need to use the restroom. So I will run ads, and we will be back in a few moments. Thank you very much for your patience, and I'll see you all soon. All right, I'm back. All right. So, the big thing I want to make sure I got done today was get in a happy birthday message for John Ken Palm. That was the big one. So, I hope I can get that done in one shot. I appreciate the confidence. Let's make sure this is okay. It's writing. Alright. Hello, Wildfire Hydrant. Hello. And yeah, our hair. Knowing John Ken Palm, he would actually prefer that I not use a capital B here. I need to be doing more social media advertising for my calligraphy. Also, one of those things I need to get done, that I really need to get done in the next, well, probably 12 hours, is put out another end-of-year survey for the audience, right? I did that last year, and it's one of my favorite things that I did. And I think I do junk and poem on 2 different lines. I think that's how I'm going to split this up. And I'm really curious about that, right? Like, I'm really curious what people are thinking. And what other people think is working and what other people think isn't. I do like capital P's in Gothic. I didn't for a while, but they've really come around for me. This letter's really come around for me. All right. All right. All right. All right. I think I'm okay with this one. I think I'm okay with this one. I think I am okay with this one. I gotta get light underneath my head so you just don't see a giant outline of my hair. With my crazy mad scientist hair. Overlooking everything. I think I can do this one. I think I can go with this one. I think this one works. I think this one works. I think this one works. Okay. Alright, then... So... Oof. Hi, Vine! It's Vine. It's the lovely Vine. We love this Vine around here. Everyone be nice to Vine. They've just gotten a ton of dental work done, and they were playing Abiotic Factor, and they were very scared and very brave. How are you doing, Vine? I could tell. You're okay now? Was that you hated the dental work or you hated the abiotic factor? Because I think both are extremely reasonable. I think both are true. I think both are true. Let's get this out of the way. Let's just get this out of the way. So I am doing a little bit of prep work for MAG. I'm doing a little bit of prep for MAG. I like to make name tags at conferences. It's part of what I do. And that's already a mistake right there. Let's just make sure I can get a... This is good practice, to be honest. A lot of how I make decisions about how I do things on these is actually based on, like, the way the materials feel underneath my hand. But yeah, I caught that abiotic factor stream when you and Dev were on the zombies in the mall thing, and you were just like whimpering. You were so unhappy. You were so unhappy. Okay, this marker is slightly different. This marker is slightly different. Hello, Vexing Cat. Hello, Vex. Hello, Vex. Let's give a little shout out to my friend Vex. What did you come back to? So I am doing a little bit of prep for MAG. I'm doing a little bit of prep for MAG. Oh, that was just because like I am using a different tool and a different... Oh, that's weird. A different tool and a different medium than I was previously using, and so my curves were feeling weird. My curves were feeling strange. They're weirdly too smooth. I think I might just like this marker less than the Eddington. Yeah, I just like this marker less. Sinister holiday vibe, yeah, it is. Thank you, Vex, for making this Christmas evil. Vexing Cat, enthusiastic participant in the war on Christmas. Hello, ooh, snuggle wuggle nyanya. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. Yes, it's the Almantas. Okay, making a lot of mistakes here. Making a lot of mistakes here. Oh. Yes, mostly hidden. Yeah, the all is hidden by the hat. Yeah, the all is hidden by the hat. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm just glad that the hat is in front of the all, because these are actually items. So it's possible it could have gone the other way, and the hat could have been in front of the all, which would have not been what I wanted to do. And hello, Nekomata. Hello, Nekomata. Oh, I didn't realize I had that one enabled. Whoops. I didn't realize I had that one enabled at all. This is awkward. This looks really awkward. this looks really awkward. I haven't actually tested this one out. I haven't tested out this series of interactions. Just for like on like a quality standpoint. And I'm tall. Hold on, I gotta toggle the scarf. Wait, what? Tall. That's really good. That's really good. See, I can't come up with this stuff on the fly at all. This is why I'm a fake VTuber. I'm gonna try something here. I want to know. I want to know. Oh, that did not do what I wanted to do. That did not do what I wanted to do. Why did it do that? Shouldn't have done that. Hold on. Oh, I understand what happened there. I understand what happened there. Oh. This is very cursed. This is very bad. This is very, very bad. We're going to have to do something very quickly here. Where is headless mode? I don't normally have headless mode bound to anything at all. So we're gonna have to do a very quick bind here. There we go. There we go. Clear. There we go. I was not into that. I was not into that. Okay. Okay, so specifically that one. It's specifically that one. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. I should not have enabled that one. I will do a workout, but I'm going to pause it after that one because I actually feel rather nauseous. So I'm going to pause that for now. Wait, no, it's going to unpause anyway. I'm going to just disable that one for now. But I will do that one. I will do that one, Vex. I will do that one. Okay. Squats. No, we're doing squats. No, wait, we're not doing squats. We're not doing squats. We're not doing squats. Holy crap. Not doing squats. I just remember that cannot do squats right now. Absolutely cannot do squats right now. Gonna do push-ups. Gonna do push-ups. I can do push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's Vera. It's Vera. Yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's how numbers work. That's how numbers work. How are you doing, Vera? How are you doing, Vera? How hellacious is this week for you? Yeah, you've been doing Undertale. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have just refunded that. Stomach did not like that. Yes, Vera. Vera's been playing Undertale. It'll be a busy week. Excellent, excellent, excellent. But you'll be okay as long as you're okay. Vera is an absolute. I can't do the calf raises. I actually cannot do the calf raises right now. I have I have an injury. I need to be. Yeah, I cannot do them. I tripped. I tripped earlier this week. Well, middle of last week. I tripped quite badly. Quite badly. There's quite a bit of bruising. Yeah. On my foot. I cannot be standing on one foot. It's not broken. It's not broken, but it is hurt. Yep. It was actually kind of an interesting thing because it's like one of the worst falls I've had, but I didn't break anything. And it kind of hit me that it's like I have a limited number of falls like that where I won't break any bones left in my body. Like probably single digit, like number of times I'll get away with this in my entire life. And that's kind of an interesting feeling. I'm not liking these. I'm not liking these. I might have to redo them later. But more importantly, Vera's been playing Undertale. Which, hell yeah. Vera put out a really funny clip of they asked for an ice pun. The game's like, oh, you say an ice pun, and Vera actually says an ice pun out loud, and the monster doesn't respond to it very strongly, and Vera just goes, fuck you. It's really funny. Yeah, Vera very, very much becoming an Undertale girly. 10 plus years late. Oh no, this is no good. This is no good at all. Holy crap. This is no good at all. This is no good at all. No good at all. I mean, only 10 years late. I mean, people have seen that I've been getting into Dark Souls only 15 years late, right? Only 15 years late on the Dark Souls, on the Dark Souls Mantas. Oh. That said, I think I'm done. Oh, yeah, that makes total sense to me, yeah, that her humor is matching up with Undertale. To some extent, you probably, like, know a fair amount about Undertale just by ambient. Just by ambient. I am willing to take recommendations on who to raid. Oh my goodness, sorry, I am not feeling it right now. I am sorry, I'm really out of it. But yes, I have a couple of people I could raid. Uji is playing Clover Pit, which is an odd one. Bonicula is doing a charity-a-thon. So that's always a based one to raid into. Bonicula is an incredibly based woman. Was there somebody doing art live that people like? I could go over to Grimmy. That's a typical one for me. That's a typical one for me. Let's talk about the schedule for the remainder of the week. Let's talk about the schedule for the remainder of the week while I'm thinking about it. Oh, game audio should not be live at all. Okay. Yeah, I think I mostly just like woke up too early is really what it kind of comes down to. I woke up early and I didn't get a good nap in this afternoon. Yeah, I think I just I wanted to get done. I want to write my name on a couple of these, but the editing marker is not cooperating with me. I might need to buy new markers because I want to have my name on these for when I go to mag, so that when I give people these name tags, they will already have my name on them. Tomorrow, I'm going to be gaming. I haven't decided what. The main options would be either Rabbit and Steel, or I might do, I might just do like a grab bag. There's a bunch of art games I'd like to play. Slave of God, Space Funeral, something else I want. Oh, King of the Bridge. King of the Bridge I want to play. King of the Bridge looks amazing. But I could do Rabbit and Steel. Unfortunately, my main Rabbit and Steel partner is indisposed. She is indisposed, so that will not be what I will not be playing it with her, I don't think. Something I kind of know about Rabbit. I'm becoming just like an advocate for Rabbit and Steel. It's really funny that my two favorite games of the last 6 months have both been under a gigabyte. They've both been under a gigabyte, which makes me very, very, very amused. And then Thursday we're going back to painting. We're painting again. We are painting. It will be Wednesday. I'm taking off. I am taking off for New Year's Eve. Not for New Year's Eve. For Christmas Eve, I will be off. And then for Thursday, for Christmas Day, I will be ill. For Saturnalia, I will be mini painting. We've got a Roman. We've got a nice little Roman dude, and I haven't painted in a minute. And so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to getting back to painting. I am excited to paint again. And then Friday, we are going to do Midnight Gospel on the Discord. We are going to be doing Midnight Gospel on the Discord. We've watched one half of Midnight Gospel so far. And Midnight Gospel, you don't need to have watched Midnight Gospel before. Each episode of Midnight Gospel is highly independent. It is extremely... they are extremely independent. They are extremely episodic. And I can tell you that the last community night was a kind of life-changing experience for some people. So I am kind of expecting some people to have some crazy feelings by the end of this Friday night, right? By the end of Boxing Day. No plans for Saturday. If I feel like doing a gorilla stream, I might, but I probably won't. Be prepared slightly. Be open-minded. Be ready to take Midnight Gospel on its own terms. I will say I was partially surprised because Midnight Gospel's big thing is that it is extremely hippie shit. And so it's stuff that like I kind of grew up hearing a lot of it stuff that I'm very familiar with. And then some people had not really been exposed to as much hippie shit as I have been, and it was a little bit mind-blowing for them. It's very contemplative. It's very serious. It's a staggeringly serious show. Of course, Lesbian Cat. The first episode I would consider kind of like the mildest one. The fourth episode is incredible. The fourth episode is like distractingly incredible and good. But it's a hell of a show. It's a hell of a show. I need to write like a thank you letter to Pendleton Ward for what happens with Midnight Gospel. I mean, I'm pretty sure they recorded them for the show. That's clear from what most people call hippie shit. That's fair. I feel like episode 3 was also very clear hippie shit. When a person introduces himself with... You have to understand everything I am is magic. Right? When somebody says as their first, like their introduction before they say like what their name is, you know you're in for talking to a weird dude, right? You're into talking to somebody who's got some pretty woo-woo opinions. Others are thoughts. So, and I mean, some of them like correspond to the animation, right? Sometimes they are in fact talking about things happening in the animation. I don't know what the creative process is, right? I don't know what the creative process is because like, they're clearly not just recording and then animating because they're sometimes responding to the animations in coherent fashions. But they're clearly not animating and then recording, because that's absolutely not what's happening. That's absolutely... If that's what's happening, I don't know what's going on in the world. I feel like I know a fair amount about podcasting and broadcasting, and that's George Miller shit. That's, like, impossible. Yeah, like the zombie episode. Like it's okay. All right. Hold on a second. You know what? I figured out who we're rating. I've never rated this person before. They're doing dispatch. Okay. We're going. I am, oh yes, hold on. One last thing before I go. The VODs are getting uploaded to the YouTube channel every day. There's a new VOD on the YouTube channel every single day. There will be a new VOD on the YouTube channel every single day until, like, September of next year. Currently it is loaded up through at least the 1st, but I'm planning on, I have enough VODs to get through there. The current VODs that are coming up in the next couple days are stuff like, the book, not the first time I started painting, those necromantic Romans, the time I reviewed the colonization of Venus proposal, oh, hold on. Or should I go for Grimmy? Should I go for Grimmy? Oh, maybe, yeah. Go for it. Those are from about a year ago. Actually, I'll just put it to you guys. Horror, variety, or dragons, or Palestinian Children's Leash Fund, or PCRF. Do you guys want to go to a charity stream, a horror stream, or Clover Pit? Okay, we're going for Bonicula, though, then. We're going for Bonicula. We are going for a Bonicula. I like Bonicula. We're going for Bonicula. Alright. Please be nice to her. She's playing Dragon's Dogma online with some friends. Bonicula is wonderful. She's somebody who I found very inspiring as a streamer. There are your raid messages. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna use tank myself. Hi, Quincy. Hello, Quincy. Goodbye, Quincy. Alright. I will see you all later. Thank you all for being with me, and I will see you tomorrow. I'll hopefully feel better tomorrow. I think I just kind of had an off day. I'll be gaming tomorrow. We'll see you soon.